Hello and welcome to Shocking Sequels with Mark Fraser and Mike Fitzgerald.
And Sub-Zero.
Oh dear, this is a thing.
Hey everyone, why don't you all just chill for a moment and watch us review a movie? We won't give you the cold shoulder.
He spent 90 minutes of a film preparing that. We watched Teen Wolf 2, spelt T-O-O, because it's clever. Put Sub-Zero down.
Hey, and guess what? It left us all cold.
This is a serious show. Put Sub-Zero down. Teen Wolf 2 was the follow-up to Teen Wolf, which was actually quite a charming and interesting and fun film.
With an excellent soundtrack by Mark Stafford.
Yeah, and like moral shizzle going on, and I really liked Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf was a film I watched when I was a kid. It came out in 1985, so I was 7. I loved it.
It had a very likeable lead, didn't it?
Yes.
In the form of young Mr. Michael J. Fox.
It did.
It's the Michael J. Fox.
It's the Michael J. Fox. Praise be to he.
Praise be to he.
Teen Wolf 2.
Spelt T-O-O, because, guys, he's a Teen Wolf 2!
As well. It was shite,
before,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Oh, God. Jason Bateman is the lead, who you might know from Horrible Bosses. And what else has he been?
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Who was in Arrested Development?
It's not the main guy, I think.
Yeah, but he was
One of the main
but he
guys.
was the guy who in the Horrible Bosses who's trying to kill Kevin Spacey, basically. Well, everyone's trying to kill Kevin Spacey. He's Kevin Spacey, but this was in this particular movie. Jason Bateman was going after him particularly a lot. So he plays. This must have been one of his earlier roles, I imagine.
Yeah, he played Michael J. Fox's cousin, didn't he?
Yes, his
Yeah.
cousin Tom.
His less likeable cousin.
Oh, right. In fucking that one we watched first, Legally Blonde 2.
Yeah.
The main character was fundamentally unlikable because she was irritatingly saccharine. This guy was just a bell end. The main character of
All the babyfaces in this were horrible. There were 2 characters in it who there were 3 characters in the entire film who weren't horrendous, awful people who I wouldn't want to spend around. One was the film's love interest.
Who should not have been with the guy.
No, she was far too nice.
She's a lovely lady, bit of a doormat. There was his science teacher, who was also way too nice and given far too many chances.
Yeah.
But the reason why we find out towards the end of the film.
Yeah.
And then the Michael J. Fox's uncle.
Yeah.
Out of those 3 characters, maybe the fat guy, he was alright. Outside of those 4 characters...
No, the fat guy cheated.
The fat guy cheated.
The fat guy cheated.
Yeah, the fat guy did
in
cheat.
a nice kind of way, though.
No,
like
he
if
cheated.
In an Eddie Guerrero type way.
Yeah, if the main character wasn't such a tool,
He would have
then
it would have been charming.
Okay, yeah.
It would have been charming, like, oh,
Yeah,
you silly,
oh.
I said, you wacky babyface, as opposed to, God, you were the worst good guys
Yeah, yeah.
I've ever seen in a film. I hate you all. It was so
We were
bad.
cheering for the stereotypical 80s villain.
We were
named
cheering.
Gus.
We were cheering for Johnny Cage. Weren't we, towards the end?
Yeah.
We were that ironically because we've got Sub-Zero here, but we were cheering for Johnny. The villain of the piece is just Johnny Cage. He's a dude with sunglasses. He has about 3 lines of dialogue. Normally you'd want to
Zero motivation.
Zero motivation. He's just a jerk. He likes boxing. He's just good at punching people in the face. And then Jason Bateman is a dick. So you kind of
massive dick.
So you kind of want Johnny Cage to knock him out, don't you? Really? Yeah.
Well, I wanted them both to kind of like
The ring to implode.
You know, like in that rare occasion on Street Fighter 2 where you kick each other at the same time and in the air and they go and a double KO. I'd have liked that. That would have been a good end to the film.
That would have been a good end to the film.
Yeah.
But oh god, I mean, we took some notes down because there are bits in this that are just.
I put crap intro music.
It was like it was a different movie.
Yeah,
It didn't feel teeny, didn't feel
80s at all. It was like the start of the horror movie.
Yeah.
It was like Frankenstein's monster or something.
There was a little bit of fun 80s cheesy, rocky, electronic-y music later on in the film.
Yeah, and
the
it had it with the end credits as well, and it's just like, no, that's not the film you like were telling us we were going to get.
Including a studying montage.
There was a studying
montages for montages.
Yes. There was a studying montage, and then there wasn't a montage showing him boxing and doing exciting stuff.
No.
There was a brief one, I think, but that's
it was mainly just punch down.
Yeah, but it was literally boom, boom, boom.
Right, and how many
Raging
times-
Bull, it was not.
How many times did they break the rules of boxing? There was so much illegalness in the boxing. Like
First off, he's a
pushing
wolf.
someone off the ropes, bang,
And
completely illegal.
Doing a lariat, basically.
Yeah, and hoiking someone on your shoulders and throwing them off, illegal. And at no point were they admonished by the ref, who was wearing a wrestling referee shirt.
And a guy got knocked down, he counted to 3 and went, he's out! It's like, you're in the wrong sport!
It was
The referee, by the way, is Jason Bateman in the final fight. He gets beaten up so badly that he doesn't know which way he's standing. So he's trying to fight the guy, but he's starting to fall out of the ring. So the referee turns him around and goes, do you know where you are? And Jason Bateman doesn't say, oh, it's okay, I'm just a bit woozy, I'll fight the guy. He just goes, "Huh." And the referee goes, he's good, he can keep fighting.
He's alright.
He's fine, he's alright.
He's still talking.
He'll get his second wind in a minute.
I mean, I'm not a massive boxing fan, but if I was a boxing fan, I'd be spitting feathers at that. It was really.
He's a fucking wolf.
Just
Wolves aren't allowed to box.
It's just like.
There's not a wolf division in the boxing ring.
A werewolf?
Maybe they were trying to promote equality.
I mean,
we've got to let wolves fight as well. You know, everyone's got to
But
there's a shrill
it was
division.
established that the wolf had superior strength to a person, and he was like knocking people out with one punch, and everyone's like, "Yay, wolf's winning!" It's like the good guy was on steroids. It's like the good guy was on steroids.
America.
And it's like the guy doesn't want to be a wolf at the start, so he's like a bit. The first time he turns into a wolf, he's freaked out. He doesn't like it. But the minute he turns into a wolf, like the very next scene, he's loving it.
He's loving life.
He's
Yeah.
loving it. He's like, and he becomes the biggest heel.
Yeah.
He's just he's so unlikable, and he treats the love interest like absolute shit.
Yeah.
And there's a bit actually at the end. They have the big sort of thing where he said like, "I'm so sorry, I love you," and it's like, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, is that before or after the threesome with the two with the two?
Yeah.
He has wolf sex in the movie. It's implied that he has wolf sex because
Door
opens,
No.
woman in a bikini. You know, she's one of the few people in the film who probably is an actual teenager as well, which makes it even more uncomfortable.
This film had the
Worst fake teenagers I've ever
What
seen.
is it with America and teenagers that are men in their late 20s, early 30s? All of these
Some of them
teenagers.
were late.
There was one. He was fucking great. And he was
And he had
cool.
He had a moustache. He was wearing a check shirt. He was balding, and he's in the fucking library telling people to be quiet.
This is what 37 looks like. This is what, well, you're
Teen.
21,
Teen.
but this is what a teenager
A
looks
young
like.
folk looks like, a young person.
Most of them looked like this, not this.
Yeah.
And quite a few look like that.
Yeah, Johnny Cage was about 32,
Yeah.
I'd say. Don't know how old Jason Bateman was, but he looked older than 18.
He looked like he was in his early mid-20s.
He was close enough that you might let him off. His love interest again looked close
really.
enough.
No, she didn't. No.
She looked no. And
So
they're supposed to be. They're the two most good-looking scientists you'll ever meet in your
Oh
entire
god,
life.
yeah.
Like they're pushed up like
No, he didn't have a...
David Bowie, Let's Dance caliber
Just
scientist.
pop some glasses on, it'll be fine. She'll fit right in.
Oh look, she's got glasses on. She's got her hair in a ponytail. She must ultimately be a nerd.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Yeah, I mean she was better looking than the two slags.
Yeah.
She was better looking and more attractive and a much more interesting person than the two slags he was supposed to be into when he was a wolf.
Was it worse than Legally Blonde 2?
In some ways, it was worse because Legally Blonde 2 at least was so ridiculous that it actually had some sort of appeal from that standpoint, whereas this wasn't crazy enough to be fun in a zany way. It was just a very badly written film.
Kind of just happened.
With the actors in it, Bateman does all right, I suppose, and the love interest does all right. There was the dialogue was as cliche as anything. How many times did we predict a line?
Oh yeah, you were really good.
Yeah, you called like 4 or 5 of them.
There's a bit where his mate who was really up for him being the wolf, he gets kicked out of his room because he's having wolf sex, a wolf threesome, and he walks into his mate's room, and I just jokingly said, "Oh, I've created a monster," and he sits down and goes, I've created a monster.
It was so cliched.
And they're in science class.
Oh, this is the bit.
And they're dissecting frogs. And one of them gets annoyed and throws a frog at someone. And I went, frog fight. And then I swear to God, someone stood up and yelled, frog fight! And they started throwing dead frogs at each other. And then the teacher came in and she was like, frog, I got it written down here, I wrote it down.
Like it was in
frog fighting in my lab.
Like it's a normal thing, like, this again.
Every time,
fucking frog fighting.
Every time it's
you guys.
Every time it's dissecting time.
Frog.
Yeah, every time we're dissecting frogs, I leave the room and you all start throwing frogs around.
You guys.
What are you like?
I disliked that film
Immensely.
I disliked Legally Blonde immensely. Legally Blonde made me just sit there and go, I was switching off. This actively annoyed me. So I just don't know which of the two is the worst at the moment.
Do you know what? I will go, because, like, at least Reese Witherspoon in Legally Blonde 2, at least her character
turned up.
at least she wasn't that. She was annoying, but she was at least good at heart.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman is just an absolute prick.
No,
and everyone just forgives him. Yeah. Like everyone's like, oh, it's all right, mate. You're a dick. He nearly runs someone over at one point. He's got the principal gives
deliberately. He assaults a cyclist.
Yeah.
He nudges a cyclist, and the cyclist falls off his bike. That's assault. That's hit and run.
The principal gives him a flash car. It is. The principal gives him a flash car because, like, he's doing well, and he's all being all arrogant now because he's doing really good. He's like, oh, thanks for giving me a flash car. And then, like, he tries to run someone over, and we're supposed to like this man. He has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. At the end, the only reason, let's face it, the reason why he eventually turns good in the end or has a redemption cycle is because he's out playing crazy golf with the two slappers, and they end up leaving with Gus, with Johnny Cage, and he goes, oh, they left me to go out with Johnny Cage, I guess I should stop being a dick. You should have known that before! Jason Bateman, you cunt!
And he wants to get his end away with the
pretty much like, well, the two slappers have gone now, I guess I might as well.
Better dick this one?
Yeah, Johnny, might as well.
I should be a good person, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe I should at least pretend to be a good enough person to get in her pants.
Yeah.
Which he does during the revision session.
Yeah.
During
montage.
Oh yeah, it's like
sex.
No, come on, you should be revising it. You've got to find
one of the tamest sex scenes I've ever seen.
This your teacher, lecturer, or whatever you want to call it, has given you a golden opportunity to sit a private exam.
She puts him into the exam.
And you are there, getting your tongue down. No!
Right, so you are currently a student. Are you telling me that if you were revising and a very attractive woman came along and basically come up to you and said, fuck me, you'd be going, oh no, I need to do my revision? That was the only realistic part of the film!
Yeah. And again, it was the lamest sex scene ever.
That's the face of a young man who wants to have sex.
Yeah. We'll stay over there. Yeah. Have some cereal, he'll take care of you.
What a lovely way to end the episode.
Guys, it's frozen.
What a lovely way to
when
end
your
the
tongue
episode.
gets stuck to it, it's like that, but worse.
But I'm finishing the episode. But next up is my choice. And I've picked, I couldn't believe this existed, I've picked Dirty Dancing 2.
Good, clean family fun.
You looking forward to it, boys?
No one puts us in a corner.
Can I get out of here, son? Is there a way out? Is there a way out of it? There's got to be a way out of here.
Are you thinking how to get out of this series? There's no escape now.
It's alright, I'll have invincibility.
See you next time on Shocking Sequels.
We can fade out this bit.